many things in Chicago, it begins with the fire and Chicago's rebirth. After the fire, the city gave permission to the railroad to build a line right on the street, right on Bloomingdale Avenue. The city's population boomed dramatically. What had been kind of a quiet neighborhood with a railroad running down the middle of the street became an incredibly busy set of neighborhoods with a railroad running down the middle of the street, and they didn't coexist very well. And the line was raised. From the mid-90s on, it wasn't used, and that's when nature took over. It became this kind of wonderful little, very narrow prairie right through the middle of these neighborhoods, and it was really quite beautiful. People scrambled up there just looking for a place to get away from it all. There was a nice little desire line, this little path running down the middle of it. There had been thousands of people who had gone up there, and they had all formed this little populist path. That's the first Bloomingdale Trail. It was just kind of created naturally. For the Friends of the Bloomingdale Trail, our hope was always to share that excitement of that early trail with the whole city. We knew it had big supporters in City Hall and in the agencies, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to move forward. Politicians don't want to do things when the community is lukewarm on it. You know, this project has had more sustained community involvement than just about anything people have seen. There were lots of community meetings along the way. I remember an early meeting, snow was falling, it was dark, and we had like 30 people come out. And we had that for everything over the course of 13 years. So it's no surprise people are using it in incredible numbers because they really wanted it. Now I think the vision has expanded into where we are now, where the Bloomingdale Trail is the heart of this larger park and trail network called the 606. I felt in my heart that this would happen eventually, but I thought it would take longer. What you're talking about with this is a coming together of grassroots community advocacy, city government and really good planning, along with political support, and then the experts in the nonprofit sector. The thing that gave us a foundation to build upon was the Logan Square Open Space Plan. The city ranked the community areas, 77 community areas, by access to open space per capita, and Logan Square has the second least. Humboldt Park had the sixth least. So they thought, let's come up with a community-wide plan. And it included this abandoned Bloomingdale line. It'll bring more open space to Logan Square, and it'll have these benefits of providing this east-west alternative transportation corridor. So the Bloomingdale Trail, it was a thing that divided communities. It wasn't the center of neighborhoods in the way that I think it's actually become. The fringe becomes the focal point. I mean, you're up there any morning, it is packed full of people getting to work. For the 12+ schools that are right along that corridor, it's a safe route to school. We hear from people every day about that it's shaved 10, 15 minutes off their commute. This trail in particular seemed poised to get people moving in a way that other trails won't. It's making people's lives better. It's making them healthier. This is a trail that for many people they use every single day, and that's transformative.